Okay, so here we are to the specifics of this microbiology course. Of course, this may be a different semester, but this is how the microbiology course is structured. So in microbiology here, we have things split up by week. The first tab I wanted to make clear is the general course material. So I have week 1 in parentheses here, but from here on out, it will be the week and then whatever chapters we're covering for the semester or for that week. So as you have already seen here are our lecture videos or information for this week. And we've gone through all of these except for the peer review assignments tutorial. So I'm going to click on that. In this class, you will be doing peer reviews, 2 peer reviews a week based on the homework assignment and based on the lab assignment. I go over all of that in the syllabus, but I did want to point out that you are responsible for those peer reviews. The assignment that you complete will be due on Thursday. And then after Thursday, you will have access to the rubric with which to do a peer review due by Sunday. So here, what I have posted is a video that's not made by me, but they do a really good job of going through exactly how to complete that peer review. So this week you will be doing a peer review, easy ones just to get the hang of it before we move into next week with actual material. But I do recommend that you watch this so you know exactly how to go through and do a peer review. So here it notes, keep in mind that once the due date for the original assignment has passed, which would be Thursday night at 11:59 p.m., you will then have access to the answer key by clicking on the Lab Reviewer Points assignment that's associated with the assignment you are grading. You will use this answer key to grade your peers' work. Once you've graded their work, I will grade how well you graded their assignment and assign points based on your review. So that may sound a little confusing, but let's take a look at exactly how that's going to work. Now, what I've done is this first week, I made it to where this is all just introductory material, but what you will do is you will do all of the assignments as if it were a regular week of the rest of the semester, so that you can get the hang of how to do each of these types of assignments throughout the semester. So it's basically an easier version of what you'll be doing each week. So I have the lecture notes kind of header here with what each week would actually be a link to your lecture notes or your lecture videos. And then, so this actually would be the lecture videos link here. And then the lecture notes is where you're submitting it. So if we look at week 2, this is grayed out because I don't have access to week 2 yet, but you can kind of see what's happening. So the week 2 lecture videos, and then you have the chapter 1 lecture videos and chapter 2 lecture videos. Then you have the week 2 lecture notes. This is where you'll submit your lecture notes for chapter 1. This is where you'll submit your lecture notes for chapter 2. Then we have our week 2 homework / in-class assignments. So you'll have your homework / in-class assignment. This is the one where you're going to click on this. You'll find out what the assignment is, and that will be due by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. You'll submit that. On Thursday night at 11:59 p.m., technically the next day at 12 a.m., then this will open up. This is the homework / in-class assignments reviewer points. This assignment here is where you'll then access the answer key for this assignment. Okay, so this is the assignment you're completing by Thursday. Thursday night, once that due date has been passed, this will open up. You'll have access to the answer key. Once you have access to the answer key, you'll go into this assignment and complete a peer review for one of your classmates using that answer key and the rubric that's in there, which is all covered in that video I just mentioned. Then after you have done the peer review of your classmate here, Sunday night is when that is due by 11:59 p.m. Then I will go in after that, so within the next week or two after that, I will be going in and grading everybody's peer reviews. So you will be graded based on how well you graded your classmate. What this does is many things that I go over in the syllabus as far as learning material and reiterating material. So I talk about that in the syllabus, so please watch that. But I do want to just make an additional note here, like I did in the syllabus, in regards to how well you are grading other students. So basically this prevents you from going in and just giving someone all zeros or giving someone all fives or whatever the case is. but you actually do need to go in and engage the information, engage what the other student said, assimilate the information that they said, determine if it's exactly accurate according to the answer key, and then grade them based on that. That said, I know you're not instructors, or maybe some of you are, but most of you are not instructors, and so maybe you don't have a lot of experience grading others, but this is a peer review, and I do keep that in mind when I then assign you up to 5 points for how well you did your review. So if you did a fine job, gave them some information, or graded them accordingly, then you'll get all 5 of those points and it'll be fine. If you were not doing that and you just kind of give them all 0s or all 5s or all, or the whole 15 points, even though they didn't actually earn it, then you would be graded less points. Then the next thing is the quiz for the week. So for the week 2 quiz, we have that split up into the chapter 1 quiz and the chapter 2 quiz. So you can complete both of those as many times as you would like throughout the entire week. Then, and it will only keep the highest score, which I talk about all of this in the syllabus as well, but I want you to see where it is in Canvas. Then we have our week 2 lab. So we have our lab every week. Here is the week 2 lab assignment that you'll click on, and you'll read what you need to do and download for that week. The lab assignment is just like the homework assignment up here, where your actual assignment is due by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. And then you're going to peer review it due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So again, Thursday night, this will open up with the answer key that you will then use to peer review the person here. And then I will give you these 5 points based on how well you peer review this assignment here for your classmate. Same thing as the homework. And then each week, I typically have this additional / helpful materials section. So over time, as people have brought up different websites and images and things, or as I've come across them, I like to put them in here so that you can kind of click on them, get more information, see what's helpful to you. So I have those things there, but nothing that is posted in any of these will ever be required underneath the additional / helpful materials. So you can see here in week 1, this is how each of the weeks will typically go, is all of these assignments exactly this way. The week lecture videos, the notes where you'll submit them, the homework assignment where you'll submit this by Thursday, then peer review it. I'll give you points after that. The quizzes are due by Sunday. The lab assignments due by Thursday, peer review by Sunday. Then I give you the points based on your review, and then additional stuff. So every week you'll see those exact same things. So what you have available to you for week 1 then, aside from all of this introductory material, is that same setup. So here is the header for the notes. This is where you'll submit your notes for week 1, which I'll show you in a moment. Here is your week 1 homework / in-class assignments. So here's the homework assignment due by Thursday of this week. Here are the reviewer points that I will be awarding to you after you peer review somebody by Sunday on this assignment, just like I explained. The week 1 quiz is due by Sunday. It's the Syllabus Quiz. We'll talk about that more in just a moment. And then the lab for this week. I have an additional tab here that has some lab information, just talking about the semester. But then here is the lab assignment due by Thursday, and then the reviewer points, because again, this will open Thursday night, give you the answer key. You can go up and do your peer review by Sunday, and then I will review your peer review. So let's back up here. Week 1 notes, you actually are not required to read anything in the chapter. Again, this week is all based on general course information. So in this one, you can see I'm not going to read all of this to you, but it even says in future weeks, you'll be submitting comprehensive notes that you've taken on the assigned chapters. But this week, in order to become used to the assignments for the semester and how to submit them, your assignment will be to complete the following. So you can read through this. You're just going to write a couple of sentences describing how you intend on approaching this class, basically. So the intention is for you to do this assignment as you would your notes. So if you would typically handwrite your notes, I recommend that you handwrite these sentences and then take the photo and do whatever you're going to do to get the photo submitted here. So an assignment works where you would click on Submit Assignment here. Then down here, you can see it opens up, and it's just like attaching a file to an email. So you can choose the file from the computer. You can choose it from your Office 365. So if you've saved it in your Office 365 through ST4, you can choose it there. And then you can also choose media if you had made media on the Canvas platform here. Most often you'll be choosing a file. It'll open up your computer files. You'll click open and it'll show your file attached here, and you'll click submit assignment. Again, I recommend after you've submitted an assignment or more than one assignment, you click out of everything, sign out, sign back in, and then come back to the assignment and double check that something is attached. Not only should you double check that it's attached, click on it and make sure that it is what you intended to attach. Okay. So then if we go back to our modules, I'm going to leave. It said, you didn't attach anything. Are you sure? So that's our week 1 notes for this week. So our homework for this week, you click on the homework assignment. So in here it says complete the following activities to earn up to 15 points of your homework assignments points for this week. A reminder, combine all completed files into one Word document or PDF. This describes what I've already spoken about with the reviewer points. So every week, and this is in the syllabus as well, your assignment is worth 20 points, 15 for your actual activity, and then 5 for peer reviewing. Here is what you need to do for your homework assignment this week. Again, it's a little different because it's the first week, but you need to follow these 3 steps specifically and then combine these things into the document to upload them. And I purposely made this one be a screenshot, and note that it must be a screenshot. I made this one be handwriting or typing up something in a document, and then this be handwriting where you have to take a picture so that you can learn how to combine all the different types of media into one file and submit it. And you can do this during the first week when you're still learning and there's still some leeway and some time versus when we're moving through the weeks in the semester. Okay. Another thing I'd like to note is down here, there is a rubric. So you'll see the rubric that you will be using here to do your peer reviews, but you'll see it from the very beginning, from the assignment. So I would suggest using the rubric to make sure that you have hit each of these points. So you'll see exactly how you'll be graded by your classmate. So you can just make sure that you did each of the things the way you're supposed to get the maximum amount of points. So that is the homework / in-class assignments that's due Thursday. Then if I go to the next one, recall that this assignment is locked. Okay, so it's not going to be unlocked, right? This is the reviewer points. It's not going to be unlocked until Thursday at 11:59 p.m. So you won't have access to the answer key until then. Now that said, in this case, the answer key is basically the rubric down here for this week. Okay, but typically you won't have access to any sort of answer key until that Thursday. Okay. So then you will do the peer review, which again is in this video tutorial up here. So I'm not going to go through that. The next one is the syllabus quiz. I talk about this specifically in the syllabus. This is where you need to have Respondus Lockdown Browser and a webcam set up. All of this information I go over in the syllabus video, but you can click Take the Quiz here, and then it'll go through the setup on how to download the Lockdown Browser, get it all set up and ready for you to take. Keep in mind that every week you have quizzes, but this is the only week that you are required to use this program for the quiz. And that's just, again, so you get practice with it before we get to the first exam where it's required. Typically with other quizzes, you don't need to use this. And then the week 1 lab. I do, like I said, have additional lab information here, just talking about how it works in future weeks. If we move on to the actual lab assignment, it describes it again, just as a reminder. And then this is your week 1 online lab. So you'll do these different sections here, part 1 and part 2. And then it tells you how to upload it. In this case, you're going to be uploading a video that you create. So this week you're doing all the different types of media. So the first part is you're going to watch this video on lab safety. And then the second part is you're going to create a short video submission of yourself answering these questions. So you want to make sure that you do that appropriately. I give you some suggestions as far as making sure that you have good lighting, You can use the record/upload media option above your submission box, or you can create a video just on your phone. Create a regular video on your camera app and then submit it to Canvas. You do want to make sure that you address all of these things. Again, just like the homework, there's a rubric here so you can easily make sure that you get all of the points. And then, as we mentioned with the lab assignment, just like with the homework, you have the reviewer points associated with it. So this will be available with the answer keys after Thursday, and then you will need to do a peer review by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. After that is when I will be grading everybody's reviews and giving you the points associated with them. So that is how each week will go, with the exception of this introductory information at the beginning here. Week 2 is really more indicative of what every week will look like with the information in there. Do keep in mind we have 2 due dates in this class: Thursday nights at 11:59 p.m., which is when your homework and your lab work is due. And then everything else, including your peer reviews, are due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so I do it like that to give you lots of leeway depending on your schedule and what works best for you. And I talk about that in the syllabus as well. So if you have any questions, one last thing is that you can see that this is a prerequisite. What that means is that you will have access to week 2 as soon as you complete the syllabus quiz. So I absolutely want to make sure that every single person downloads the Lockdown browser and monitor and gets that all set up and ready to go and completes the syllabus quiz. So even if you don't complete anything in the whole rest of the first week, which of course you'd miss a lot of points, but if you don't, make sure that you complete the syllabus quiz so that you can start to have access to week 2, because completing that and submitting that quiz allows you to start accessing the material for the course. So you can submit your notes, you can submit your homework, you can submit the lab assignment, you can submit the quiz, and even if it's Wednesday afternoon, which is when we haven't even passed the first assignment due date, you will still have access to week 2. So if you wanted to get a jump start on the material, you can submit those things and get going right away. Future weeks, I will be opening up each week by Monday morning. So actually Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. is when each week will then be available to you. So as a side note, if it is Monday after 12 a.m. and you don't see the module, please contact me. Please email me or text me if it's not open, because something might have happened to where it didn't automatically open or I didn't get it open for some reason. I want to make sure you have a full week to work on your things. So, all right, any questions? Feel free to post to our general questions discussion board or text or email me.